Okay, so as a disclaimer, I am just making this as a fan of the Legend of Zelda series. If you have any disagreements with me about what I am saying, feel free to say so in the comments below. As is, let's begin. So, as we all know at this point, The Legend of Zelda was split into 3 timelines with the release of Hyrule Historia in 2011. One timeline would be the child timeline, where the hero of time warns Princess Zelda about Ganondorf's uprising and is able to stop him, leading to Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and Four Swords Adventures. The other is the adult timeline that he left behind. Ganondorf comes back, and Hyrule is flooded, leading to Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks. And the third is the Downfall timeline, where the hero of time does not defeat Ganon, leading to several of the earliest release games in the series. However, in rereading Hyrule Historia, I noticed something. It mentioned that the hero of time lost, not that he was killed or destroyed. This made me wonder that maybe he was still alive at the start of the Downfall timeline. And honestly, I can find evidence for this in other games in the series. Like, for instance, Wind Waker. Replaying all these games, I noticed that at the end of Wind Waker, when Ganondorf was claiming the Triforce from Zelda and Link, he mentioned, "I will not kill you. I merely need the power that rests within you." Why wouldn't he kill them? Again, they were both helpless right there, and even earlier in the game when he was about to kill Tetra, once he saw that she had the Triforce of Wisdom, he stayed his hand. Why would that be? Well, honestly, I think that might be because if he killed someone who had the piece of the Triforce inside them, that piece of the Triforce would leave their body and he would have to find that piece all over again. And this evidence is backed up in jumping timelines over to Twilight Princess, where at the end of that game, when we see the hero of Twilight defeat Ganon, as his life approaches his end, we see the Triforce of Power leaving his hand, just leaving him vulnerable enough for that final blow that Zant kills him with via breaking his neck. Come to think of it, how did he do that if Zant was already just completely obliterated by Midna? That's something for another day. But one other piece of evidence that makes me see the hero of time as being still alive in the Downfall timeline comes in probably the most obscure games, and in my opinion, the most underrated pair in the entire series, the Oracle duology of Seasons and Ages. Now, canonically, Seasons is the game that came first, meaning doing this trading sequence in this game results in the Noble Sword, but doing a linked game and leading into Ages, this leads us to getting the Master Sword. And how is that obtained? We obtain it at the end of this trading sequence from an elderly Zora who calls it a hero sword given to his ancestors by an ancient hero. Again, a broken sword. So it is possible that the hero of time lost to Ganondorf at the beginning of the Downfall timeline because the Master Sword might have broken at some point. If he did survive, it was because, much like with Wind Waker, Ganondorf didn't kill him because he needed the Triforce of Courage from him. He ended up becoming Ganon. Somehow he then ended up being sealed away in the Dark World, and the hero of time just probably went into an exile of some sort, leading to him just leaving the broken Master Sword with that family of Zoras until it ended up in the old Zora's possession, where it ultimately would then end up with the hero of legend during his time travel escapades in Oracle of Ages. And of course, since that is in the past age, that would mean that that Master Sword would have to end up back in Hyrule sometime during the Imprisoning War, which, again, going by technically non-canon sources here, but in the manga of Link to the Past by Akira Himekawa, they mention a 400-year gap between the Imprisoning War and the events of Link to the Past. the same amount of time between the past and presence of Oracle of Ages. So, yeah, that pretty much sums up my theory that the Hero of Time might still be alive. But again, what do you guys think? Leave any sort of comments down below, and please keep it respectful.